Looking for cheap NBA 2K MT coins or Madden coins? Head on over to buy2kmut.com for the cheapest coins online and use code CRUSH for 20% off your order. Link will be in the description. What is good, YouTube, and welcome back to a brand new video. And today we will be blowing up the Utah Jazz. This is going to be the second to last blowing up rebuild we're going to do, so I hope you guys enjoy this one. Next will be the final one in the Denver Nuggets, but let's get started with blowing up the Jazz today. Before we get started, as usual, if you guys could drop a like, always greatly appreciated. And if you aren't subscribed, change that right now as well. But today, like I said, we are going to be blowing up this Jazz team. The player we're going to keep, obviously, Donovan Mitchell. I have a perfect point guard I want to pair him with just because there were some rumors about him. Or there were some rumors about Donovan Mitchell about going to OKC eventually in his career, which I don't agree with. Don't know if that'll happen, but we'll have to see. I guess you never know with these players' future. A lot of players have a lot of power and can kind of determine wherever they want to go. If Donovan Mitchell wants to leave Utah and request a trade, you never know. But I want to get Shai Gilgeous-Alexander here and pair Shai and Donovan Mitchell together in the backcourt. I think that'd be kind of nasty. So I kind of want to do that today. That's my goal. So today, let's go ahead and get started with that. So for the draft lottery, we're going to get started in here. The Jazz did make the playoffs, and obviously Mike Conley hasn't panned out like we wanted him to for Utah, and it's unfortunate, so we need to get rid of him. He's not been the greatest point guard in the world ever since he came over from Memphis to Utah. He's kind of digressed, if you ask me. He hasn't been that great. Maybe it's the fit. Maybe he can't find his own role in Utah. Maybe he needs to find somewhere else. I don't know. There's just something wrong with Mike Conley this season that hasn't really worked out. Maybe it will change. Maybe it'll change when the playoffs come back and the season returns, and then he's still, you know, the old Mike Conley he used to be, but right now he's not. So like I said, I do want to trade for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander if I can get it done. So I don't know what it would take, and I don't know what I have to offer, but I mean, I do have Tony Bradley to offer. I also have like Georges Niang to offer. I also have this first round pick, and yeah, like I said, I don't know how much this is gonna take, but I will offer all this. And also, I don't know how much cap space they have. Does Oni tickle your fantasy? What about Mike Conley? Can't afford that. Let's see. 33. Yeah, they don't have that much cap space because obviously Chris Paul's contract. So Ingles, they could take Ingles, and they agree. So we got Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and Donovan Mitchell together. Unfortunately, we will be moving Shai to point guard, and he goes down like bad. I did not expect him to go down that much. Donovan Mitchell goes down 1. You know, ideally, Shai would be playing point guard, and Donovan Mitchell would be playing shooting guard. But in this situation, Donovan Mitchell doesn't go down as much as Shai would, or I'll just keep them both at shooting guard. We'll see. But for now, I'm going to keep Donovan Mitchell at point guard, I guess. So Donovan Mitchell and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander in the backcourt sounds kind of nasty to me. So let's go ahead and get started with the rest of the offseason. Quinn Snyder is actually a really good coach for them in real life, so I'm going to actually keep him around. But for the assistant, I'm going to go with Trent Peterson. And then for the trainer, I'm going to go with Randy Martin, just because obviously Randy Martin's the one with the A training, get you those 3 training camps. But for the draft, we don't have a pick. We still need to trade more players, though. So I'm going to go ahead and throw in Mike Conley, Ed Davis, and see what we can get for these guys. And nothing's really popping up. What about if I just threw Mike Conley alone? 6 offers, Dwayne Dedman, Kendrick Nunn. It is very sad we're not getting that great of offers. But, of course, Mike Conley is making a ton of money. We'll get Kendrick Nunn in a second. I think that's a solid backup point guard, so why not? We'll get Kendrick Nunn, who's been very good for Miami this season. We'll go with Ed Davis next and try to get, we can get 2 picks, or, yeah, let's take those 2 picks from the Celtics, I guess. Memphis unprotected, and then next we'll go Bojan and a first from the Grizzlies. Let's see if this brings good value. I did see Tobias Harris, but he's making a ton of money, as we know. Blake Griffin could be interesting. Robert Covington, if he was actually good in this game, maybe I'd consider it, but he's just not. There's also Tobias Harris, like I said earlier. Do I want Kevin Love? I just don't really like a lot of these trades. Blake Griffin could be interesting, but there's just something about him in this game that never really works out for me. I'm going to take Tobias Harris for now. I might end up regretting that later, might trade him later, but for now, he's not bad. Rudy Gobert, though, we do have to trade, and I get no offers right now, so that's okay. I'm gonna throw Tobias Harris back in there. Zach, we don't need a guard. I would do it if we needed a guard, but we really don't. Oladipo, Blake Griffin, Kelly Oubre, Steven Adams. We are gonna need a center. There's also John Wall. Steven Adams actually makes a lot less money, and we get a first round pick. Once we trade Gobert, we will need a center, so I'm cool with Steven Adams. Call us the Utah Thunder right now because we have Steven Adams and Shai from Oklahoma City. And we still need to trade Rudy Gobert, like I said. But other than that, let's go to team player options and find out what else we can do here. So team player options, we have Nigel Williams-Goss, or however you say it. I'm going to assume that's how you say it. And then for free agency, let's see what we got going on in free agency, how much cap space we're going to have. We should have a little bit, but like I said, we still do need to trade Rudy Gobert. Hopefully we get some decent offers. We need a small forward, power forward, and I see Bam Adebayo. We could take Mike Conley back. What else we got? Kristaps Porzingis, Sabonis, Jackson Hayes, Blake Griffin, Tobias Harris, Nurkic, Wiggins, and John Wall. Okay, honestly, I feel like I got to take this Bam Adebayo trade. It honestly is too good to pass up, and I haven't got Bam in a while, so I'm going to do it. We're going to get Bam Adebayo to be, we could move him to power forward, or we could see if Steven Adams could get me a power forward / small forward, if I don't want to do that. Malcolm Brogdon, we could have him be the backup shooting guard off the bench. Yeah, you know what? That might not be too bad. It's a lot of money to spend on a 6-man, but he is pretty good in this game, so I'm going to do that. Bam Adebayo will play center, and then we'll move Brogdon to backup shooting guard. And then now we have Donovan Mitchell, Mike Conley. We still need to trade Mike Conley. We still have no forwards at all, so that's going to be something we really need to focus on. So forwards, Bojan keeps popping up, but of course I can't take him back. Olynyk and Iguodala. Kelly Olynyk is a fine power forward when you move him there, but he is making a little bit too much money for my liking. Otto Porter actually wouldn't be too bad. Otto Porter is actually not a bad offer. Rudy Gay, Patrick Mills. I do like the idea of Otto Porter, and we get Satoransky. Otto Porter is a solid small forward, but he does make a ton of money, as we know. We don't need a backup point, or I guess we do now, don't we? So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we need, a power forward and some more backup. So what power forwards can we afford out here is the question. Danilo Gallinari we could afford, so that's actually cool. Clarkson's a free agent as well. I'm gonna re-sign him. And then small forward, power forward situation. I could get Gallinari or Paul Millsap, bring Paul Millsap back to Utah. That could be interesting. Christian Wood also an option. But I think I'm going to offer Gallinari a contract. I'm also going to offer Paul Millsap a contract, because why not? Bring him back. Am I stupid for saying that? Paul Millsap played for Utah, didn't he? I believe he did. Let me make sure of that. I'm pretty sure he did. Yes, he did. Okay, good. I didn't want to sound dumb in the video, but we got, hopefully, I think I'm going to go with Paul Millsap in this situation. It's going to be a little bit different. I don't get Paul Millsap that often, so we're going to get Paul Millsap and Clarkson. And then, of course, we need to trade Clarkson because we can't keep him around. And then Jordan Clarkson will trade. We could get Zubac. We do need a backup center, and I'm going to do that. So backup center and Ivica Zubac. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we need a backup forward, and we can call it good for this first season. We can bring Rodney Hood back to Utah as well, which I'm totally cool with doing. So Rodney Hood, welcome back to Utah. And this team's looking pretty good. It's not bad. We have Donovan Mitchell, Satoransky, Brogdon, Shea, Otto Porter, Rodney Hood, Paul Millsap, Bam Adebayo, and Zubac. Very good team. I like it a lot. So I'm going to go ahead and simulate the player progression. I think that's all I'm going to do in free agency. We're probably going to get a couple players back on their qualifying offer, I assume. And Royce O'Neal got an extension in real life, but 2K has yet to update it for some reason, which I completely don't understand. But I cannot keep any of these guys down here, so I will throw them up in trades real quick. We'll do that, and then I'll also throw Royce O'Neal in a trade. Although Royce O'Neal is definitely solid for them in real life, I just can't keep him on the team. I guess I'll do this Luke Cornett trade and call it a day. So other than that, guys, we'll go to training camps, get these 3 training camps in. We'll look at the rotation together, and we should have a solid team for season number 1. Donovan Mitchell to get up to an A+. I'm also going to use the other one on Shai Gilgeous-Alexander because that's going to be our backcourt of the future here. And then another one I'm going to bring, if I can get 2K to load. And then the other one I'm going to do is probably on Bam Adebayo because he is yet to get to an A+ either. So now we got that all done. Let's go look at the rotation together and see how this team even looks. So for the rotation, we're going to run a 10 or a 9-man rotation. And we're going to have Donovan Mitchell, Malcolm Brogdon, Rodney Hood, Paul Millsap, Bam Adebayo. The only thing I'm changing is Brogdon will come off the bench. He'll be our 6-man. We'll have Otto Porter at small forward. They want to start Rodney Hood, which is fine with me. Otto Porter, Zubac, Satoransky. So I like that a lot. Our proficiency should be at defense, but I want to change it to something else if I can. I'm going to change it to 7 seconds. And let's see if I change it to 7 seconds, if anything changes. I still want to start Brogdon, which I'm not okay with. We're going to do that. And yeah, so we should be good for season number 1. I'm definitely interested to see how this goes. Hopefully we're pretty good. 3.5 stars at 7 seconds. So we're going to sim season number 1 and see how things finish out. At the end of season number 1, Giannis is your MVP. LaMelo, rookie of the year. Also 6-man on the Warriors. Kawhi, defensive player. Porzingis, most improved. And Quinn Snyder's your coach of the year as we went 53-29. Yeah, kind of surprised by that. We went 53-29. Wasn't like thinking it was too crazy of a record. It's not bad, but I didn't think it'd be coach of the year, but great. Damian Lillard on the All-NBA first team along with Ben Simmons, Giannis, Anthony Davis, and Jokic. All-NBA second team, All-NBA third team, and all defensive first team here and all defensive second team. So yeah, guys, we're so close to the season returning as well. I guess we're not that close, but like it's finally being talked about. So that's something we should be looking forward to. July, as soon as July comes, it feels like basketball will almost be back, man. I'm very excited for it. But player stats, we have 21 from Donovan Mitchell, 18 from Bam, and 15 from Shea. So I would like to see Shea step up a little bit more, but we did have some scores with Rodney Hood, Malcolm Brogdon, Paul Millsap, and Otto Porter. So there was a lot of scoring here. So I guess I can't be too shocked, but hopefully we get a little bit more out of Shea next season. Might boost his shot tendency. Kind of depends though if we win a championship here in season number 1, which I highly doubt, but I guess you never know. Rotation still stayed the same. Not bad. We had a couple reunions in Utah, like Rodney Hood and Paul Millsap, like I mentioned earlier. But other than that, we did get to play the Rockets in the first round. We have Russell, Harden, Gordon, Covington, Isaiah Hartenstein. So they're finally running a center. I assume Mike D'Antoni is still here in the game, but in real life, who knows if he will be. We're up 1-0 to start this off, though, against Houston. We're up 2-0 now. And are we going to do Houston a favor and sweep them? And 3-1. Utah might finally get revenge on the Rockets for beating them in the first round the last 2 seasons, but we get Portland now. So Portland Trailblazers, we got Lillard, McCollum, Avdija, Nasir Little, and Nurkic. Dwight Howard also off the bench. I actually think I saw a report that the Blazers were going to be interested in Dwight Howard because they don't believe Whiteside would back up Enes Kanter, or not Enes Kanter, which they do have Enes Kanter again as well. Nurkic, which makes sense. I don't think Whiteside would be down for that. And I don't know if the Blazers are going to be able to do some kind of sign-in trade with Whiteside or just lose him for free and like not get anything out of it. We'll have to see. But Dwight Howard totally makes sense as a backup center here. So let's see if we can beat my favorite team here in the first round or second round. We're up 1-0, 2-0, 2-1. Can we make it to the Western Conference Finals in season number 1? 3-2, and we do win in 6 games as we are on to the Western Conference Finals to play the Golden State Warriors. We have Steph, Clay, Wiggs, Draymond, and Nerlens Noel. Nerlens Noel could be a decent fit. Eric Pascal, LaMelo Ball, TJ McConnell, Kevon Looney. But I was also just watching a video. Funky Diabetic, he was reacting to Bleachers Report free agents list, and they said Marcus Gasol could be interesting in Golden State. Also the Clippers, they said Marcus Gasol for Clippers. Free agency could be interesting. It's not going to be a lot of crazy players, but there's going to be some. I'm going to say it's probably going to be the role players free agency. Like there's a lot of good role players in free agency that could definitely change some things around, I would say. But as far as star power in this coming free agency, it's not that great. But we're up 3-0 on the Warriors, and we absolutely sweep them, which I'm kind of shocked by. I was not expecting to sweep this Warriors team. They're usually pretty good, but now we get to play Milwaukee, who have Bledsoe, DiVincenzo, Middleton, Giannis, Brook Lopez, George Hill, Ilyasova, Gerald Green, Patrick Williams, and Vincent Poirier. So not too bad. Very good team on their hands, but let's see if we can win a championship in season number 1. We're down 2-0. Can we even it up? Nope, 3-1. Okay, it's a 3-1 series. I mean, I've come back before, so if there's any kind of life we have left, we're gonna have to win this one, of course, and the next one, and force a game 7, and it's not gonna happen here. So 119 and 130. We're going to the second off season because we're not gonna win a championship. As the Giannis and the Bucks beat us. Did Giannis accept his player option or did he not? Because the Bucks were the team that stopped us. And if Giannis enters free agency, that could be good for us. And unfortunately, he's going to be staying in Milwaukee. So hopefully somebody eliminates him next year. But for the draft lottery, I'm going to make sure there's no picks I need to worry about because I did trade for a few picks, but I don't see any. And then for staff signing, we do have Quinn Snyder still as the coach. We're going to go straight to rookie signing. We might have had a late first round pick, but I'm really not going to worry about it in this situation. And the kid cutting him to Indiana. And we took Devin Askew and Roko Prakasin. I don't know if I probably did not say that name right. Satoransky, I'm going to accept because he is a solid backup point guard. Qualifying offers, Bam Adebayo and Donovan Mitchell are both free agents, so we're going to have to pay both those guys. And then free agency in general. I mean, Otto Porter's about to be gone. Rodney Hood is a fine small forward. I guess if I wanted to change something, it would be like trading Paul Millsap. Maybe just because he's kind of up there in age, of course. Nikola Mirotic, Utah was interested in Nikola before he entered the EuroLeague again, which I was absolutely shocked by. I'm sure all of us were. So yeah, I honestly like the idea of getting Nikola Mirotic. He could definitely be a good fit. Before, like I was saying, before the Jazz got Bojan, they were looking at Nikola Mirotic just because of how good he was for the Pelicans and the Bucks. And that would have made sense, but unfortunately he had other plans. How much money do we have? We could definitely afford a Kawhi, couldn't we? If we really wanted to. I'm gonna try it. I don't know. Could we get him? Let me see. He does accept. Could we afford this much? We'd have to renounce the rights on Bam Adebayo. It's in that situation, not really worth it. I'm gonna keep Bam Adebayo. I don't want to lose him. Kawhi would have been nice and all, but I definitely don't want to lose Bam Adebayo in this situation. Definitely need the depth more than the superstar. So we're gonna match both those offers, and now we still don't have that much money. Okay, so we got 1, 2 still, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we need a backup forward again. It should be good to go. We could go Otto Porter again, but I think I might change it up and go with somebody different. Let's bring Lance Stevenson back to the league. Why not? Let's get a little funky. Lance Stevenson has been killing it in the China League, I believe, overseas or wherever he is now. But other than that, guys, rotation is going to stay relatively the same. Other than Nikola Mirotic should be the starting power forward now. And then we got Rodney Hood, Shea. I mean, we still have a very solid team. So hopefully we can get back to the Western Conference Finals and the NBA Finals. And hopefully win the championship this time in season number 2. Season number 2 comes to an end, and this time we're the coach of the year with 65 and 17. So I feel like this is more of a warranted coach of the year reward. Unlike last year when we went 53 and 29, Giannis still MVP. Rookie of the year goes Cade Cunningham, and LaMelo still 6 man. So yeah, but we're the first seed in the West. So let's go look at the stats real quick and see how things panned out for us. So we had 22 from Donovan Mitchell, 19 from Bam, and 19 from Shea. So yeah, I wanted to see Shea step it up a little bit, and he definitely did. So you love to see that. So honestly, man, I think we should be able to make these NBA Finals again, as we have Schroeder, Holiday, Ingram, Zion, and Hayes to deal with in the first round, which is definitely tough. But we should be able to beat them and move on to the second round with ease, because we have a very good lineup ourselves. We're up 2-0 on them. 3-0, and it looks like we will sweep the 8th seed as we do. And now we get to play the Dallas Mavericks, who have my boy Luka. As we all know, we get comments all the time about, hey, I didn't know Luka had a YouTube channel. Or someone said, I didn't know Sabonis had a YouTube channel. Do I look like Sabonis? I don't think so. I mean, I don't even think I look like Luka, but everybody says that. I don't know, man. I don't know what it is. Jalen Brunson, Luka, OG, Randall, Porzingis, Goran Dragic, Seth Curry, Dwight Powell, Maxi Kleber, Aaron Baines. This is actually a really good team. I really like how this is. I mean, if I would be starting Goran Dragic over Jalen Brunson, but then you have Goran and Luka in the backcourt, and then OG, Julius. Not a bad team. Let's simulate current round and see if we can beat them. They're up 1-0 to start. We even it up. They're up 2-1. Can we even it up again? We're down 3-1, 3-2. Okay, so this is a close series. We might be able to come back from this. We got to give less minutes to my man Lance, unfortunately. But if we can beat them here and force a game 7, I think we should be able to take care of them in Utah. But the thing is you have to win a game 6 to do that. So unfortunately, we aren't able to do that. So yeah, so now the Mavericks stop us. So first it was the Bucks, now it's the Mavericks. So again, the last few videos, I've always had to wait till the 3rd season to win a championship. And like the other ones, I was winning like season number 1. But unfortunately, not today. So guys, we're going to have to simulate one more season as we get Luka and Trae Young in the NBA Finals. That would be fun to watch. But yeah, so we got one more season to simulate. I'm going to keep the roster the same. And hopefully 3rd time's a charm. I feel like I've said that in the last 2 videos, but again, hopefully 3rd time is a charm. We're back for round 3 of the playoffs. 62 and 20. Everything is still in order. We got the same team practically. I mean, this is our last chance. 22, 22, 19, 14. The rotation, like I said, is relatively stayed the same. Nothing's really changed other than Praken is now the backup power forward. But other than that, guys, we are here for one reason only, and that is to win a championship. We have Jamal, Dinwiddie, Porter, Larry Nance, and Nikola Jokic. So hopefully we're able to get past the 1st round, and then we can cruise to the 2nd round, and then cruise to the conference finals, get past the conference finals, to the NBA Finals, and win ourselves a championship before this video is over. As we're up 3-1 on the Denver Nuggets, and we beat them in 6. And we get the Timberwolves instead of the Mavericks. We don't have to deal with the Mavericks this time. Monte, Russell, Culver, Wiseman, and Towns. That's a very nice front court. Cantor backing them up as well. That's not bad. Definitely kind of scary, but we're up 1-0 to start. 2-0. Not scary enough. Not scary enough, apparently, as we beat them in 4. And now we get to play the Los Angeles Lakers. LeBron, Paul George, Anthony Davis, Tristan Thompson, Okafor. Okay, that's kind of scary. I'm not going to lie, but we'll have to see what happens. We're up down 1-0, down 2-1, and Yep. All right. Well, it's not in the cards today, boys. It is not in the cards to win the championship today. We've been stomped 3 times, unfortunately. And the Los Angeles Lakers have won the championship with LeBron leading the way. All right, man. Well, that's going to end it off for me. The team was looking like this. Not bad at all. I'm ready to wrap these blowing up rebuilds up and move on to something else, though. I did ask you guys about a Knicks career simulation with Stephen Curry being drafted there. I'm still debating on whether I want to do that or not. I mean, someone reminded me that the sim speed on 2K on console kind of sucks. So I'd be sitting here for hours doing it. But it may be worth it. I mean, the thing is, I want to do it, but if I do it, I want it to be rewarding where people actually like it. Because then I can upload it, and like I spent hours working on it, and then it just sucks. Like, it does terrible. Then I'd feel dumb. So, still trying to find the motivation to do it. I still want to. We'll have to see, though. But other than that, guys, hope you guys enjoyed today's video. This is Crushables. I'm saying peace.